Is it a mistake to go to a singles event again? Well, let's see.
Daddy's to my left and my right.
Where are all the hot people? I was told that there would be all these attractive singles, and as far as I can tell, I'm the best looking person here.
I put the sex in sexy. I put the sex in sexy.
And yes, I did make a thirst trap on myself. It's only fair after having to go through that experience.
I just got home from a singles night at my church. Yes, I go to Union Church, and here are my thoughts. The ratio between men and women at the church is always going to be more women than men. Case closed. So don't let that intimidate you, girl, because your husband could have been in that room, okay? Or man, your wife could be in that room. Don't let the fact that it's at the church intimidate you. If anything, that should excite you to go. I went by myself. I ended up having a fabulous time. Sermon was honestly phenomenal, and I love that the pastors took questions from the audience and got us engaged as well. Questions were deep. People asked about lust. People asked about divorce. People asked about purity culture. As women, we're taught to be a certain way and to just smile and obey, and eventually a man from the sky will just come down and save us. But we have to also do the work. So going to things like this, being social, joining groups, getting involved in the community, focusing on yourself as well, like focusing on your health, your wellness. That's also going to get you out there, and your potential person that God has for you could discover you there. I love the energy in the room. Everybody came in their best dressed. And yes, ladies, the men were menning, okay? They were dressed up, like they weren't wearing Nike Techs. At the end, we got a bingo card for the mixer, and each box was a conversation starter. Like, do you like coffee? Do you like to travel? XYZ. We could definitely work on the music though. All the Bruno Mars, it was grinding my gears. It's not 2008, but you know what? We'll work on that. It was such a good event regardless. And I definitely hope that as a body of Christ, we start to do more things that actually put singles together, because when you're in your faith walk, you're so like mind of a goldfish. This is what God wants me to do. This is what my purpose is. And you kind of block out the other people. And we can tend to also like run away from people if they're trying to talk to us at church. Me personally, as soon as the clock strikes at the end of church, as soon as we start worshiping out, I am out that door, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, that's definitely me. So this type of event taught me to be like, you know what? I think I'll just linger. I think I'll just talk to a couple of the people around me. I think I will say hi to 3 people. Don't be afraid to say hi to your neighbor and tell them they look good. And we should be taking counsel from people who have biblical marriages, especially long-lasting marriages. So I love the panel. They did such a fabulous job. The lighting, the production is always immaculate. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you missed it, like, you just had to be there. Like, I could sit here and tell you, but you really just had to be there. So if you were also there and this ends up on your For You page, let me know how your experience was. Do wish you a happy and healthy dating life. And with that, I'll see you on Sunday.
Woman in the comments says, I was there, unpopular opinion. I saw like 2 guys. Bingo game, all girls came up to talk to me. But there wasn't many men, but the girls looked bomb. Conversations were good. Union could use more light. I feel like it's dark in there. It doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, it probably needs to be dark with all the women there, so they can't see your tears from no men coming up and talking to you.
All right, let's talk about why men don't attend singles events. Let's get into it. If you don't know me, I'm KTJ, men's counselor turned men's coach turned love coach. I host events all around the city of Atlanta, and I want to tell you why it's so hard to get the guys to come to these events. Let's get into it, and then I'm going to tell you what we're doing about it. Listen, men don't hate dancing. What men hate is the pressure to perform. Everything is already set up by the women, really for the women, and men sometimes feel like they're just there to fill a slot. So a lot of them just don't come. At the time of me shooting this, I'm about to go into a meeting and talk about hosting another event. So this is going to be my plan for getting the men to attend. I'm going to host a confidence class. I'm going to be visiting all male spaces and inviting them to come. Hit follow for more.
Honestly, there's like few things that are like a bigger ick than that. Every single girl can confer in the comments. Genuinely, it's actually disgusting. You look like a 13-year-old boy. You're untrustworthy as fuck. There's no world where a woman will ever feel safe with you when you don't have sexual discipline. And what an easier way for women to see that you don't have it is by looking through your following list. Like I just like it's so redundant to try to minimize it. Like, oh, it's not that serious. Like, social media is not real. Social media is real, man. Like, we're on our phones 24/7. I don't even know anyone who has under 5 hours of screen time on their phone. You're on social media all the time. Like, let's not pretend like something that's separate from us. No, it's basically an appendage to us. Like, we are on our phones 24/7. We are on social media 24/7. It actually is a big deal. You're actually disgusting and beg. Like, how are you such an addict for female, like, like you're a corn addict, you follow influencers that don't even know you be liking thirst traps, like you are the most beg person on planet Earth. You need help, like genuinely. There isn't a better way to turn women off. Like, do you want to be alone for the rest of your life? Or do you want to be with somebody that doesn't even pay attention to that and lets you get away with it, but then they're also probably going to be doing things you don't like either? Any self-respecting girl, anyone with any level of standards is not going to let you get away with having no sexual discipline. You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
Relax. Relax. Am I saying that men should be doing that? No. But relax. Relax.
You men do realize that women are choosing to stay single. They're choosing to be single than actually being single. I have a lot of men on my TikTok comment and they're like, oh, where's your ring? Oh, where's your boyfriend? Oh, where's your husband? Y'all, I choose not to have one. It's not because men don't try to talk to me. It's not because men aren't in my DMs. It's not because men don't want to take me out. It's not because men don't want to marry me. I'm choosing. I'm choosing to be single, and I'm choosing not to have a man because it's embarrassing. Literally having a man right now is quite literally possibly the most embarrassing thing you could do right now. Like, it's kind of like an extracurricular activity or like a hobby you don't really want. It's like, why? And I think it's so funny how men are so quick to hop on this app like, well, you're not married. Why would I want to get married to someone who's going to cheat on me? Every single person that I know that is married, about to get married, or in a relationship is either getting cheated on or literally miserable, and misery loves company and they just stay together. Does not sound fun. Literally, you're not selling me on the product at all. I choose to stay single because my expectations are not going nowhere, okay? My expectations are honestly still in the fucking gutter, to be honest, but I have self-worth and self-respect, so therefore I'm going to stay single, because why would I just get a boyfriend because everyone's telling me to get a boyfriend and then have them treat me like shit and cheat on me? I'd rather just be single and do my own thing. But I just think it's hilarious how men like come on here and they're like, oh, well, you don't have a man. Yeah, I don't want one. I don't want you. I don't want one. Having a man is like having a child. I don't want to take care of anything. I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to listen to you just run your mouth about how you're going to do all these things for me and then don't. I'm single because I want to be, not because men don't try to hit on me. And I want to make that very, very clear.
Stop with all this talking. Just do it. Well, I could stop with all this talking. Just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else. Nothing else. I could nothing else. Just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get it done. Y'all talk a lot of nonsense. Just go ahead and do it. I choose to be single. No. If the guy that you want gonna come up to you, you're not turning him down. You're not turning him down. Just go ahead and do it. Stop all this trash talking. Oh, I got plenty of men. No, you don't want them. You don't want them. Back to what the woman said in the other video I was looking at. Well, she wasn't an actual video. She was a comment. The problem is, for me, the men that I want, they don't come up to me. They don't come up. Exactly. All of the men that I don't want, they approach me. I'm sitting in public, then they approach me. All the men that I do want, they never approach. Exactly. Shut all that up. Shut all that up.
This is for the girlies of New York City on where to go to meet guys. So this is the winter edition. And yes, all of these bars exist in the summer, but these are tried and true good places to go now. So Old Mates, of course, draws its own crowd, and that is always a staple. Jack's on Bond and Bond Street are great for like grabbing a cute drink. Jack's on Bond has a caprese martini that's kind of interesting. And Bond Street, obviously, lead 2 martinis for days. Go to the downstairs. And then also the Nines. I feel like the Nines has like a really cool vibe. You can make a reservation ahead of time, but there's always like cool people, like a generally older crowd there. So I would say those are my top places I'm going out right now in the city for people in like their early 30s, late 20s, but especially for the girlies to go try.
I guess I just wonder if all of the women are going to these places, if most of the women are going to these places and they're going for the same man. How do y'all feel about competition? How do y'all feel about 10 different girls being around one man or a group of guys? Even if it's 10 guys over there, which I don't know what it would be, you might have 20 girls just kind of hanging around and the bar is full. And the crazy thing is, these women will be expecting these men to pay for shots and let's do another round. You're single, you're successful. And then maybe one or two, let's say 20 girls, let's say a handful of women got their drinks paid for. They'll run to the internet, make a video about it, and then have more women coming in there thinking they're going to get the same treatment, and they don't. And so they end up having to buy their own drinks, which makes you wonder if these women hollering this stuff are actually plants. Is the bar actually hiring these women to say, come in here and get you a man? They pay. They're going to pay for your drink. They're going to pay for your food. And then because the women get in there and they get embarrassed, they got to pay for their own stuff. He's like, well, I'm here. I might as well see what it's about. $20 for, oh no, I didn't think I would. Yes, go ahead and pay for that. What? $50 for some cheese sticks? Yes, go ahead and pay for that. Girl, that was expensive. Instead of finding a man for to pay for this, and I tried, believe me, I tried to get the man beside me to pay for it. It was an old man, and you know, he seemed very nice, but he said no, he's not paying. He's got a wife at home. He was just enjoying a drink before he went home, and we had to pay $70 to $100 for our stuff, and we only got a drink and some mozzarella sticks. Girl, we're never going. Smart.
Okay, so this might be one of the first comments that I completely agree with you on. Maybe like 95% agree with you on. Because I know you and I, we do not agree on a lot of things. I think that a singles event, now that I've gone, okay, I went because I wanted to do something that was out of my comfort zone. I went because it was something different and I wanted to experience it. But now that I've experienced it, I think you're right. The caliber and the status or class of guy that I am looking for is not going to be at a singles event. And I think that it showcased itself very well last night. I mean, it was a very mix of men and women that were at this event, but looking at the women and looking at myself, I was in a higher status than most of these women, and yes, I'm judging. You kind of have to in order to kind of gauge the room. And I don't think that this guy is going to actually text me, which is totally fine, but I don't think he is because I think Wingman associated the fact that I was really smart and intelligent, probably too pretty to be at this fucking event, and he recognized that I'm in a different class or caliber than the guy that I exchanged numbers with. I don't say that egotistically. I say that as when you are in a conversation with me, if you've ever been in my lives, you will know that I'm quick-witted. I am able to finish conversations. I am able to know where you're going with the conversation before you start or stop the conversation. I'm already ahead of things. And having that quick wit, having the ability to do that kind of thing, there are people that can recognize it, and those people that can recognize it understand that that's because my brain processes things at a really quick pace. Most of the time, I am right as well. And no, people get all bent out of shape because I say that, but 9 times out of 10, I am right. And that is irritating to a lot of men. And it's irritating because I can do that and a lot of men can't. It's not that I'm trying to outpace them. And it's not that I'm trying to say I'm smarter than you. In no way do I ever use words that would make me look like I am trying to prove something to another man. But in a conversation, it goes that way. Just because that's who I am, that is my personality. And I'm not going to dumb myself down to make men feel smarter or better. And so, yeah, the type of men that I need to meet are at a higher caliber. They're the men who are not going to be at singles events. I, again, enjoyed it. It was something that I had, I got to do on a Saturday night. I didn't hate it. So I may not do it again, but I had to experience it to know whether I would or would not do it again and the type of people that do join in that kind of environment or event. So yeah, no, we're not going to do it again.
I just feel like, God, if you ain't going to send me the man, can you at least send me the friends? That's how I feel. Because I totally understand that we all go through seasons and, God is doing his big one. He's cooking up his, my man. He's pruning him. He's getting ready for, I get that, God. Take your time. I ain't in no rush. But no friends? God, come on. God, God, no meeting, no first is crazy. That's not crazy. Girl, you know that's crazy. Like, I'm at the point where I don't check my phone because I know there's no one texting me, there's no one calling me. I just know. And that is so depressing to be a 20-year-old little girl with nobody to text, nobody to call. If something good happens to me, nobody to call. Something bad happens to me, nobody to call. Like, God, what is this? I'm not pressuring you. I'm not rushing you, Lord in heaven. But okay, I get it with the man. You want me to be single. Cool. But friendless is wild. Single and friendless, those two combinations, I don't like it, God. I don't like it. I don't like this.
Men always assume this, and I, for the life of me, do not understand. Anytime my friend and I invite guys to come to our singles events, they always assume that it's going to be 80% majority men. Like, they'll be like, oh, like, I think it's going to be a sausage fest. Like, I think I speak for most guys when I say, like, we're not going to come because it's all going to be other guys. That's not the case, ever. Like, I've gone to multiple singles events. I'm hosting singles events now myself. In every situation, it's majority women. And they're all really cool, fun, attractive women. In New York, women here, in my personal experience, they are very willing to sign up for events. They're willing to put in effort to make connections with people, both platonic and romantic. And I have found it not to be the case for men. So I don't know where that perception's coming from. If anyone has any idea, what is that barrier? The reason that we're reaching out to these men is because it's harder to get men to sign up for these events. And yet when we ask them to sign up, they say they don't want to sign up because they think it will all be men. And it's like, no, the reason I'm reaching out to you is because there is no men. Like, what is it? I don't understand.
Well, the class of guy that any of these modern women are looking for is not going to be at a singles event. He doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. Most of you guys will be fawning over him, drooling over him, all in his DMs. Now, there might be a few of them that hang back and say, I don't want to be one of the thirsty ones. Some of those women have respect for themselves, but for the most part, a lot of these modern women, they don't care. They're looking for a man and they want to be taken care of. They've been out in the dating market too long, and it's time to put your best foot forward.
Have you guys not seen how many times you've been approached? You guys have been approached so many times. I'm scared of it. I really don't like the type. No, I don't like the type. I don't like the type either. Listen. I don't like the type. I don't know. I got fired because I would have.
I'm telling you, that singleness only hits you at night. When you ripping and running throughout the day, when you at work, when you know, whatever extracurricular activities, when you doing hobbies, when you at the gym, you don't even care about being single. That's not even on your mind. But when you pull up to the house at night and you get in that bed alone, that's when you be like, I really wish I could cuddle up with somebody, or I really wish I could tell somebody about my day. That's it. That's when the singleness hits you like, damn, I wish I had somebody. But throughout the day, you don't even be thinking about like, oh, I wish I had somebody to, talk to on my lunch break, or, like, I'm not even thinking about that stuff. But at night, when I lay my head down in that empty ass bed, oh yeah, that's when I be like, dang, yeah, I wish I had a little stink.
Yeah, I saw her struggling because of her own decisions, and I wanted to be there for the kid, which I'm going to go into later. But bottom line, guys, a lot of these single moms, they live in this real reality where they prioritize themselves over their kid. Guys, if their kid was a priority, they never would have left their baby daddy. They would have sucked their own pride. They would have worked things out with the father just because their kid is their priority. And they would have wanted their kid to have a strong father figure or have a father figure. But since they're their own priority, whether that's because they're out clubbing or their ego is their own priority, that they can't just swallow their pride and just work things out with the baby father, they're single mothers. And I really legitimately realized how deep this shit goes once I got into the relationship, as I'm going to go further in later. So point number one, a lot of these chicks in the clubs that were regulars, they were single mothers, and they're single because they prioritize themselves over their fucking kid, okay? Point number two, okay, is that single women, single mothers, they use their kids as a guilt and shame tool. I don't know if any of you guys have played chess before, right? But you know the pawn, the piece that you just throw in the board and just give it up because it's not worth shit and you just want to kind of strategize your way into position? Yeah. A lot of these single moms use their kids as a pawn. And if you guys our baby daddies, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So guys, once I got into a relationship, into a deeper sense with this situation that was going on, I ended up developing a connection with this kid. Kid was great. She was amazing. To be honest, zero complaints. Kid was amazing, right? And I ended up actually caring for this kid. And when things would happen in the relationship where I would like just disconnect and just cut off, the kid would suddenly start to call my phone. Out of nowhere, this kid all of a sudden was actually calling my phone, which, guys, in the past, that wouldn't happen, right? So every time when we would break up, this kid would actually call my phone and ask me like, hey, what are you doing? Or like, where are you going, right? And this is when I realized how dirty the manipulation tricks are. Because if she's using her kid to fucking call me and to manipulate me into feeling bad, imagine how that baby mother or how single mothers use their kids against their baby fathers, which I saw in real time, which I'm not even going to get into, okay? But bottom line is a lot of single mothers, they use their kids as fucking pawns on a chessboard. They'll use them to fucking manipulate you, and that's exactly what I experienced. Like, this chick would literally have her kid text me like, hey, where are you doing? Or I miss you, even though the kid would never do that previously. And that's when I realized, like, damn, over time, I realized like she was using her kid, which was like 9 or 10 at the time, to actually like guilt me into going back with her. You know what I'm saying? And since I was so invested in that kid's life, like I actually wanted to help that kid out. I want to see that kid have a masculine figure and all this type of shit that I don't even believe in anymore, because I'll get into it later. But yeah, single mothers, they use their kids as pawns. You know, if there's somebody watching this video and they're like, oh, that's not all single mothers. That is 95% of single mothers. I'll let the baby daddies in the comment section comment. You know what I'm saying? But bottom line, a lot of these single mothers use their kids as pawn and as leverage tools. You know what I'm saying? Think about how twisted that is, right? So point number 3 that I want to go into, which is actually very important for you guys to understand, is that single mothers don't care how much you do for their kids. Single mothers do not care how much money you spend on their kids, how much time you invest in their kids. They will literally cut you off and never say thank you, not give a fuck, and not recognize your effort and not honor it whatsoever. And the moment I realized this, guys, this was a distinct moment that I realized this. We were in Target one time, okay? And she had just gotten out of work. So she was with her daughter. We met up at Target. She was doing some grocery shopping. I came along. And I remember distinctly how she was ringing her items. I think the total was about $95, okay? And I remember at this time I was struggling with money, right? But since I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, Captain Save a Single Mother, I decided to pay for her groceries, right? And guys, my bank account, I remember, literally went negative to pay this fucking grocery bill. I literally was giving this woman all that I had. Like, all that I had, giving it, right? And 2 days later, I remember we had a disagreement where we literally like broke off. And I remember telling her like, yo, like, you literally don't value anything I do for you or your daughter. And I remember her telling me this distinctly, guys. She said, I never asked you to do that anyways. I never asked you to do that anyways. And that moment was the moment that I realized, bro, you can be with the best of intentions with single mothers. You can be trying to like help them and help their kids. But at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And they're going to tell you, I never asked for you to do any of that anyways. Because at the end of the day, guys, the reason that they're single mothers is because they didn't give a fuck being single mothers. They chose to be single mothers, right? So if you think that they need you or that you're adding some help to their life, they're not going to value that shit, because the fact that they're single mothers is a choice because they chose to not work things out with their baby father, okay? I feel like the only situation that it makes sense would be if the baby father's a complete deadbeat and he disappeared and she's never heard from him, right? But in these situations where the baby daddy's either involved or things were just broken off because of a situation, guys, she chose to be a single fucking mother. She chose to raise that kid by herself. So you coming into her life and trying to add value and pay for her bills and help her, she's not going to value that shit. She's not going to value, she didn't even value being with the father of her child. You think she's going to value being with fucking you? And investing so much time and energy into this relationship, into this kid, made me realize, like, bro, this woman does not value anything. She literally told me, I never asked for you to do any of this anyways, right?
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. That's what I keep saying. That's what I keep on saying. They not going to say that. They're not going to say that, but that's the way they feel. That's the way they operate. If you listen to what they actually saying, they're going to tell you, no, I'm going to be the top. I'm going to be the priority. What be happening is that it's not going to change. You going to be in the house. The baby going to be in the house. If she get mad, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. That's the way it's going to go. That's the way it's got to go. These modern women, they not happy. They don't, if they get upset, they not going to be able to control their emotions. And so my baby got to take a back seat. Oh, and by the way, my baby better take care of me if they're old enough. But my husband, stepdaddy, better darn sure. He better for sure take care of me. I'm your first priority. I am your first priority, sir. You married me a single mom. Don't worry about the kid. I'll take care of the kid. I will take care of the kid. The kid's going to be my first priority. But you take care of me. You make sure I'm good first. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That's where it is. You take care of me first. The kid has just switched to second priority. It don't sound like it, but they just said it. You got to take, you as the man, I am your first priority. So when I'm not happy, ain't nobody happy. Kid just switched to second priority. You're in third. And if she got pets, you're in fourth. Or however many pets she got, you're in fourth, fifth, sixth. Who knows? It depends on how many kids she got too. You on down the line, she got 3 kids, then they take up all them slots. And then 2 pets, 2 dogs, they take up them slots too. So there's 5 slots, you done slid down to like 6th place. I'm telling you, bro, that's how some of these single ladies or these single moms be acting. Hey, you got to take care of this. And now that I'm fresh, now that I'm free, now that I'm clear-minded, I can take care of my kids. But I'm going to need you to help me take care of the babies. But my mind's got to be fresh first. Okay, what you need for your mind to be fresh, baby? What you need? Oh, well, I need my hair to be done. I need my nails to be done. I need a spa day. I need a facial. I need you to take me out on vacation. I need you to go get me something good to eat. Do you really need all that? Why am I going to get you something good to eat? You ain't cooked in a week. I've been doing the cooking. Me and the kids. I didn't taught the kids to cook. They've been in the kitchen helping me. Oh, well, I just been so stressed from working at it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, that's what it would be at.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on, sister? How are you?
Hey.
What's going on, sister? Y'all doing all right?
Good evening.
Hey, sister, you doing okay?
Girl, I'm good. How are you?
Oh. Any men been here so far?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well, I guess I better give you something to eat, right?
That's right. I got my 3rd plate. Oh, a dude's walking in now. I see him. Okay. Fine. Oh, he has a girlfriend. That's the 3rd couple tonight. You leaving? Where are you going?
I went to my first singles event tonight, and honestly, I'm not gonna go to another one. It was organized through 4 university alumni networks in DC. I live right outside of the city, and I felt like one of the oldest people there. I'm 38. I'm not that old. I don't feel that old, but I roll up. I'm divorced. I've got a 5-year-old, and there are 24-year-olds there. 24. Ain't no way, honey. Ain't no way. And there were not enough men who signed up for the event. Go figure. And because I was open to dating men and women, they didn't have enough men for me to match with. So they just matched all the bisexual women with each other, which was fine, I guess. But I was supposed to have 3 matches. The first one was really lovely, but it was just a friend vibe. The second one, she didn't show up. The third one was just a friend match. It said in the app, because it was like sending out text and telling you who your match was, that it was a friend match. So I just went home early. Like, I have enough friends. It was weird. I mean, I'm proud of myself for getting out there. I also had some young 20-something man tell me I look like I was in my early 30s, and I was like, thank you. It's Botox. I didn't say that. I just said thanks. He also told me that I look like a grown-up hip version of Hermione Granger. And he said, you know, your hair's like really bushy and it's sitting like Hermione Granger. So that was weird. But I'll take the compliment, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to hear, like, have any of y'all gone to singles events? Were they worth it? I mean, this one was cheap enough. It was like $15, but I won't be going to another one. I would rather stay home and watch a movie with my dog or hang out with my kid. Yeah. And there you go.
Well, there you go. That's a plus. That's a plus to dating women is, you know, and you're really head right there. That's a plus. You know, when you date women, then, you know, you can have more options, assuming that they're open to that. Right. So there's a plus, right? There's no men there, but hey, any women, are you down? Are you game? That's a spirit. Be positive about that, I guess.
Okay, this video is for my single men. Kids, no kids, I don't care. I'm pushing 40 at this point. Where do y'all hang out? Do you guys approach anyone that's not like in a bar or club setting? Like, I would love to know. I have not been on a dating app in almost a year, and that may or may not be my last date. Because my last date was somebody I met on a dating app, and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't have it in me. I'm not doing it. Like, I know there's men out there, alright, good ones, I know, but I have yet to find them, okay? And a lot of them are not on dating apps. So that's why I cut them off. I've been getting more into my faith. I'm just being to, like, God, you know, sending me someone in front of my face because I'm in my feminine energy and I'm not pursuing. It's masculine. That's a whole nother video. But anyways, this question is for you guys. Like, women want you, okay? But we don't have time for the BS. Like, we just don't. So, you're a single man or just, no, single. Why am I even, no. No baby mom, no wife that you're like kind of broken up with, like completely single. Where do you guys hang out? Because I spend time like during the day, you know, out and about by myself, and I have yet to really like meet anyone. Every time I see a decent looking guy, there's his woman trailing behind him, because I sure don't see y'all at parks. Do you guys just hibernate during the day at home and then you go out at night? Do you guys like go out with your kids or something, or just alone? Or do you like order stuff because you don't want to be out and about by yourself? I don't know. Let me know.
Got a guy in the comments said we're home watching reruns. Another guy says we're home, not looking or interested. Another guy says we're at work, then we go home. Somebody says probably somewhere in the Philippines or Thailand. Another guy says no dating apps, and I don't approach anyone. I just hang out at home, with my puppy, or just go explore new places. I'm telling you, man, and I hate to see all of the stuff that they be talking about. Oh, well, you know, men, they don't do this. They be on Reddit discourse. They this. They put this stuff out there, making it seem like men just be out, oh, they do weird stuff. They be doing this, when they know good and well the women be doing the same thing. They know good and well the women be doing the same thing, but be trying to make it seem like men are weirdos and they're social rejects and stuff like that. Man, get the heck out of my face.
You know what I've never heard a woman say in my whole entire life? I've never heard a woman say she didn't know how to be a woman because her mother never taught her. I've never heard a woman say she didn't learn how to be a woman because she wasn't raised in a house with a mother. She didn't have a mother figure. She was raised by a father. I never heard a woman say that. I've heard women say stuff like, I'm not as feminine as most women because I was raised with a bunch of brothers, or I was raised with, with my dad, or, something like that. I've heard that before. I've never heard a woman say, though, they don't know how to be women because they weren't raised by a woman. Never heard that before. The reason why you've never heard a woman say that is because femininity isn't performative. That's the reason you don't hear women say shit like that. Womanhood isn't a performance. Womanhood is not a performance. Women aren't performative. They just are. They really are that thing. You know what I'm saying? Women don't perform empathy. They are empathetic. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. You do have to perform empathy, right? But I'm saying it's not performative. It's not fake. It's genuine, right? Women don't perform being nurturing. They are nurturing. It's not performative. Women can't really even be performative when you think about it, because to be a woman is a results-based endeavor, right? Being a woman is a results-based endeavor. You're only a woman if the results, if you yield the results of being a woman, meaning the expectation of women essentially is to take care of everybody, right? Women are supposed to take care of everybody around them. That is like the core function of a woman. That is how they are socialized, right? That's their function in society. If you aren't doing that, then you will be ostracized by society. You will be called out by society for not doing it. They'll call you a lazy woman. They'll call you a spinster. They'll make up whatever name they'll call you a gold digger if you want a man to help you pay some bills or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff. They will do that without a doubt. That is how society will treat you. So that doesn't allow women to be performative. Women have to just be. They have to actually be the thing. Whereas men, on the other hand, masculinity and manhood is all a performance because it's unnatural. It's not real. It's how do we get men to buy into a system that not only oppresses women, but oppresses them, right? And they frame everything around masculinity, which is just anti-femininity, which is pretty much masculinity is anti-humanity, right? Femininity is humanity. Masculinity is anti-humanity. That's why masculine men don't believe in reading books. Masculine men don't believe in washing their asses. Masculine men don't believe in taking care of other people outside of themselves. Masculine men don't think it's their duty, their job, their honor, their privilege to rear children and show up for their kids, right? All of those things are anti-humanity. All of those things are the things that make us human. Masculinity teaches you to remove all of that, don't have any feelings, be a robot, remove all of those functions, and that's how you be the best version of a man. And that's why you only hear men say stupid shit like, oh, the reason why I sucked as a father was because I didn't have a father in the home to teach me how to be a fucking man. The reason why all these men out here are failing is because other men didn't teach them how to be men. When we know that couldn't be further from the truth.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? With all of the plastic surgery and the cosmetic surgery? What do you mean? What are you talking about? With all of the trends and things that women jump on? What are you talking about? With all of the keeping up with the Kardashians that women watch and, oh man, this new makeup palette just come out. I want to get one of these. Oh, it's all the rage. Everybody has this. If you don't have these, then are you really a woman? Are you really that pretty? Beauty. The beauty is what womanhood is. Fashion, clothing, that's what womanhood is. Are you in the group? That's what womanhood is. Hey, are you cool enough to be with us? Mean Girls is not something that's that's just made up out of thin air. That's what I'm saying. We gotta stop. We gotta stop just talking out of our behinds, because that's what you're doing right now. You're talking out of your behind. I didn't have any parents or this, and that. Let's say that they didn't say that. Let's say they didn't say that. Well, I don't know what a real man, I don't know what to look for in a man because I never had a father. So I have daddy issues because, I always look for men that are wrong for me and they do this and they do that and da 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 and this and that. Going and running into the wrong women or wrong men because I don't have a daddy. So even if they didn't talk about, oh man, it don't matter. It don't matter because they're running. In any case, they're running into the wrong people. They don't know how to act either. So apparently having a dad is a big deal. What are we talking about right now? Even if you look at statistics, fathers are pretty good, darn good at raising children. So statistically speaking, yes, not having a father in the home would be a good excuse. Statistically speaking, we got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop. I know you think you probably cooked on something, but you didn't cook on anything. All of these women don't be listening to their mamas, be fighting with their mamas, scrapping and clawing with their mamas. Not feminine. Mama trying to tell you what to do. Hey, don't do that. Don't go over with that boy. So what are we talking about? Womanhood is not performative? It definitely is. If you saying, hey, you not on my level, hey, you're not a baddie because X, Y, and Z, that's performative, brother. If you saying, hey, you don't have the latest hair or this, and this, and you're not like me, so you're not feminine, so you're not this is feminine women. All of these dating coaches out here, feminine women do this, and this. Performative. All of these TikToks talking about, hey, if your man ain't doing this, and this, and he don't allow you to do this, and this. Basically, if you're not sipping on a mimosa in the morning, got a little wine in the evening, got a little cocktail in the afternoon, your man ain't allow you to do that, then you're not a real woman like me. You don't got the right man. You ain't really resting in your feminine. And so these women, how do I get black cat energy? How do I get in my divine performative? I mean, we can't just get on here talking out of our behinds. Just because we got an LA hat on and a nice comfortable sweater on. We can't just get on here talking out of our behinds. You don't know what you're talking about.
Trying to figure out what a man could do for me that I can't already do for myself.
Why can I already tell this is going to be stupid?
I've just went for dinner, had the weekend in Paris, had dinner by myself, enjoying my own company by the Eiffel Tower. My belly is full, my mind is at peace. My feet are a little wet, but it's fine because we'll buy ourselves some new shoes. Yes, I'll do that myself too. Just struggling to see how a man could wow me. Do you know what I mean? Because what is there the modern woman can't do for herself?
It's this back and forth, this dialogue. You could not have this conversation with yourself. What the modern woman cannot do for herself is be her own companion. Because you're supposed to be in the moment right now. You have the Eiffel Tower in the background. You're sitting down at dinner in Paris, France. You're supposed to be having the time of your life. And instead you picked up your phone to talk to strangers online because you have no one to talk to, babe. And that's sad. That's this idea that we can do bad all by ourselves until we're actually by ourselves and we want to talk to strangers online because we hate being by ourselves. Stop bragging about stuff like this. It makes you look sad. You making this video in the moment as opposed to even waiting until you got back to your hotel room shows that you are unhappy in this moment. Because people who are actually enjoying themselves don't have time to complain online.
I don't know why guys always try to minimize social media following, like, oh, it's not that serious, I follow Livy Dunn. Who cares? Social media isn't even real. Like, I don't even worry about that shit. Like, you're crazy. Like, you sound like a moron. One of the most disgusting, unattractive things about men is a lack of sexual discipline.
I was taught over the years, you be a good girl and you'll get everything you want in life. You be a good girl. You keep your legs closed. You don't be out here fighting in these streets. You talk like a lady. You eat like a lady. You do this like a lady. And what did it get me? Huh? What did it get me? Rage. And nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the good girl who grows up and she turns 40 and she looks around and she's like, what the fuck did I do wrong? I did everything that everybody asked me to do. I was a good girl. I went to school. I went to church. I wasn't sleeping around. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't smoking. I wasn't doing none of that shit. I was a good girl and it got me nowhere. So guess what? The good girl is dead. She said, that's enough. I said to myself, that's enough. It's time to bring the other girl out, right? It's time to bring the other girl out. Because the good girl, and I love her to death, but she had to die. Because at the end of all of it, you become an adult, and you look around, and all you have is grief.
Just gonna tell you to be careful out there. Be careful. I mean, you do whatever you want to do, but be careful out there.
I just got back from a singles event for Catholics in New York City. No, I did not meet anyone, which is usually the usual. It's just, I don't know why it's so hard. It's cool that there was like an organized event for this kind of thing and for people with this kind of desire for their life, but it just wasn't it at all. I just don't know. I sometimes wonder, like, is there something wrong with me about like why I am in this season or why things are the way they are and things like that. And I can't help but keep questioning, even though I've been in the season for a while. I'm 25 and I want all of those things that God has ordained covenantally for matrimony. But nothing is working, nothing is clicking. It's just really discouraging. And also because it's taking so long, and I know, like, don't rush the process, on God's will. I've literally heard every saying you could say to me. It's just not satisfying the desire and that vision for my own life. And it's just hard. It's just frustrating. I feel like today in society, like, women who aren't serious about Christian marriage and also have done the things to make sure that is optimally it can optimally happen for them in terms of following things by the book, setting up their life in a way that's conducive to marriage and family and being a mom and all of those things. And I've done all of that. And it's like, it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't, like, there are women who put in no effort, but get that and get their dream man, and it's happened for them. It's just annoying because the world rewards women who don't put in effort, don't do the work, or see this covenant in a virtue way. And then there's women like me who put in the work, do the work, or who've set up their life in that way, who've done the work, and are still doing the work. Of course, it's like a never-ending thing, but it's so deep in their hearts and that they've trained themselves to become this woman who is optimally there for this covenant. Nothing works. And it's just so frustrating. It's not like I want to be rewarded. The thing that I want is what I want. So, and I just don't, I don't want to accept something I don't want to accept, because that's just going to be a life of misery. But I just feel like we don't really see a lot of Catholic women who are young speak about stuff like this. And it's usually Protestant women. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just a little different when you're a Catholic, when you're devout Catholic. You have these views and these goals for your life. But I guess it's a little weird. It's a little different because of my background and my expectations. I have 3 brothers. I come from that kind of background where it's very male dominated, I guess. It's a little weird that I'm like in the season by myself. All you could do is pray, grow in virtue, be the person that you want to marry, right? Or at least be like them or meet those standards yourself. That's really all I could do. Have hope, keep trying, not giving up. What else is there? I guess that's it. But okay, do you like my hair, by the way? I just love my hair with a little silk press in the fall. It's just easier to deal with. I feel like it makes me look classy. Like, I feel like I like curly hair. Obviously, I love my curly hair, so naturally, I like how my hair goes on my head, obviously. But it's just something about a silk press that just makes you look so classy, clean cut, polished. I don't know. I feel like someone will say that's racist, but I don't care. It's just so nice and pretty. It gives me like first lady vibes. I could be first lady, but first lady to who? I'm kidding. Look, see, isn't it so classy? And it's like the cool part about it is like it's just so malleable. It just moves wherever you want it to. It's flexible and it's long, healthy. I used to be scared of heat, but now I'm just not like, no. I want to style my hair however I want, and I feel like my hair is pretty resilient to anything I do to it, and it has been that way, luckily. But I guess dating as a Catholic woman in the city is just so difficult. And I've been trying. I really try hard. I follow the book plus, but nothing is cracking. But gotta keep praying on God's will. Wait proactively, vigilantly, not just passively. Meet the standards that you set for the other person. I hope that did something for you. But don't be afraid to go to a singles event, because I did that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Keep putting in the effort. Okay, bye.
Woman here in the comments says, I had a crash out earlier today about how hard it is to be a single Catholic woman today. It feels impossible. LOL. We are in the trenches. Another woman says, I prayed a novena for someone to meet someone on a day 12. They met their person. Ask St. Anne to pray for you. It will help. It won't help. What happened to you was luck of the draw. Luck of the draw. A lot of modern women aren't ready. They're looking for a certain thing that has been sent to them, but they don't want it. So they send it back out to